Alrighty then, welcome back everybody. There it is. Just on time. Alright. So what I did today already was actually working on a little bit here and there. Um, what the wait. Hold up. Undo layers. No, there you go. So I already did some bit here and there on working on getting this thing drawn in. Of course, the drawing is not perfect. Don't get me wrong here. It is not the greatest work of it, but yeah, it does represent the drawing that I did before. It's just a little bit less well done, I think. But so far, so good. No further ado, let's get this started. What the? Why is this a thing? What the hell? All right. So no further ado, let's continue on working on getting this done. Because clearly we do need to do that. Apparently I have been working on some very weird transparency. Oh well. Good to know. Good to know. Alright. So if I now draw under this, I could, yeah. There are some transparency in the drawing. Well, oops, my bad. So today I'm actually gonna get this thing done, and then we're gonna move onwards. And then I will see if I can actually get this drawing done, and then get a new drawing in there, and then hopefully get a little bit more better, because I actually wanted to do some bits here and there with it to get it more, well, better up and running in the looks. So yeah, today has actually been quite a big day. It is quite hot. And what I want to do is actually do actually nothing this whole week, because I actually need to prep for some business trips, so that's always great. Well, it's not a business trip, but it is something of the sort. Oh my god, my fucking head is almost spinning to like, yeah, I might have a sunstroke tomorrow. Great, lovely. Oh, lovely. So I did a walk of 12 miles in fucking full sunlight. Was not the smartest move. Not gonna lie. I'm not the brightest in those things. But yeah, tomorrow is gonna be a con. Well, tomorrow is not gonna be the con. The con is gonna be like Friday. Yeah, so I will not be posting until Monday probably. Depends on when I will be back. But well, it will be. It is not that far though. Luckily, it's not that far. Or is it? No. Or did I do something like that? Fuck hell. I can't talk. My head is absolutely crippled with fucking heat. Then you're probably wondering, like, why are you doing this now then? Would not have been better to do a day off? Yes, it would, but this kind of bothered me dearly, like, nagged on me, like, hey, did you know that you have this drawing that you don't agree with because it doesn't look that great? And I'm like, yes, I know it doesn't look great because it has some issues. One of the issues is that the frontal face of the mouth was a little bit weirded out. Because if we had, oh, if we had just, the that actually would work. God damn it. And then I need to make sure that I have this size down as well. And then I actually can get it done. Wow. Well, I'll keep it like this, and then I will use that for reference sheet. So I want to actually make sure that I have this then like so. And that would actually fix the proportions. Oh, damn it. Fucking hell. I have been overthinking this thing. That is horrible. That is just laid up horrible to see and hear. Like, oh, by the way, did you know that you overthought the issue that you had? Well, it happens always. I'm very prone to doing that. Because then I'm literally hitting my face against the wall multiple times until I solve the problem. Well, luckily I did do a long walk, and then I see the problem, and then I cannot fix the problem because I will be away. This is always great. Like, yeah, you find a way to fix it. Psych! You don't have the time to do it. Damn it. Oh well. I did do what I needed to do, which was actually getting this done for the con, so, come on. Gimme. At least I got this done. Let's see where they are. At least I got these drawings done for the con, which is actually more important. So is the, where is it? So is this one. So I'm happy that I actually got those things done, which is a major good sign. Not gonna lie. So we got almost where we want to be. We got pretty far already at it. And what we're now going to be doing is just finishing this drawing. And then next week we will be fixing it. And then tomorrow we'll be doing some gaming streams. And the day after that probably as well. My head. Bleh. Note to self, don't walk fucking long miles in full sunlight. It doesn't help well. I think I need to do a lot of drinking tonight. Water at least. To keep hydrated because it is very hot outside. It is 30 degrees outside still, so hooray, I guess. I was not expecting it to be this hot, honestly. I was expecting like 20 degrees, but no, not fucking 30 degrees outside, like burning heat. I did went for pizza outside, so that's good. Got myself some pizza, shawarma, and that actually did pretty well. The fun thing about shawarma is always that you need to have a hot pizza slice instead of a cold one. But the main problem is that not most places always serve the pizza a little bit too cold, which is annoying with shawarma because then the meat also gets cold because it is just preheated. And I prefer to not have it preheated because if it is preheated food, well, the pizza is gonna be very cold very soon, so that, you cannot take your goddamn time on it and be like, alright, I will take one step at a time at eating it, and then watch some TV while doing it. So, when I got my pizza shawarma, I actually asked for them to increase the amount of time they actually put it inside of the oven. This way I can actually get a very, very hot pizza. The good thing about it is that it was a very, very hot pizza. The bad thing about it is that it was a very hot pizza because, very hot pizzas burn your tongue if you're not careful. So, at least I got that running for me. I think the best thing about it all is that, about the pizza is that it actually was very good, and was not hot, which was a very, very good thing. I really hate it when that does happen when you have like a very cold pizza anyway. It ruins your day immediately, like, by the way, did you know that you have a very cold pizza? It's like, try to eat a cold pizza. It is not ideal, not gonna lie. It is possible to do, but I prefer them hot, or at least preheated. But this is also why I like, a good pizzeria to have a good pizza. I went to a couple of pizzerias back in what was March, I think. Yeah, I went to some couple of pizzerias, and then I came to the realization that the pizzerias that they used, they didn't. They were very, very bad in my opinion compared to the pizzeria where I always go to. Mainly because of I actually always try to get new ones to work, but the main issue is always that they serve the pizza either too cold. So when you get the pizza, it's hot, and then it immediately gets cold very fast. Or you get a pizza with no tomato sauce, which is quite annoying. Or the tomato sauce is very extreme. So it is very the spices of the tomato sauce that comes off it is way too much. It then stalls the flavor of the entire pizza, which then in case, of course, ruins the pizza because it is stalled. The flavor is just tomato sauce, which is terrible. And especially when you have spicy tomato sauce, it's not great because you actually want to taste every single bit of it, or at least the flavor spikes you need to have while eating a pizza. So I tried it, but I was like, this is not ideal, and I don't think I would recommend this again. Mainly because of, well, if you have flavor like, I don't know, pineapples or tuna, for instance, and then you don't taste the tuna, or you taste the tuna too much, you then get numbed by the other flavors, and because you then don't taste the other flavors like the cheese or whatever like that, uh, it then turns into a very meh pizza. It is then just a pizza which tastes like tuna, and that is not very tasteful. I actually prefer to have a tuna pizza that actually tastes like tuna, but then afterwards I can taste the cheese afterwards. Well, the tuna is then resting in my belly. But yeah, I always, when I'm trying to cook myself, I always make sure that when I'm adding flavors, I don't overdo it because, well, that's the main thing. If you overflavor it, if you overflavor one spice, it tends to get very bad very fast because, well, your stomach can actually not handle that. If you only have one taste, you will be very, very fast. You will be very fast at the urge of being like full, which is sad because you want to actually taste more of the food, and then it's like, nope, I'm full. Even though you're not full, but the taste says that you're full, which is the whole joke of it. All right, so now we have done that part. Let's get this bit done. So what I want to do here is actually then add, of course, the mouth to become a little bit more less. I can actually do that. That is actually quite a smart move. The only downside is that it actually then will look a little bit weird, but then the proportions are actually much more better. Yes. And then actually keep up with the original design. Then I can actually add it in the eyes a little bit more better. And then the mouth actually gets even also better as well. Yeah. I think we're getting somewhere here on the design. Even though we're drawing the design now and then we have to redraw the design again. But, it's better to do the redesign after you completed the coloring, because then you can just use the color schemes again to do that. Oh boy. No. All right. Now we're gonna go continuing onwards. We're just gonna fill up all the stuff that we need to fill up anyway. I'm so happy once this thing is done. I can call it quits, and then I can redesign it afterwards, after the con. And my head will be absolutely clear, probably not, but because of all the event, I will probably be dead for 2 or 3 weeks, or 1 week at least. I need to recover from that because I'm not a very good social person. Honestly, I get very fast at how do you say that? My energy levels don't recover that fast afterwards. So when I'm talking to people, or well, listening to people actually more, talking is not a problem. Listening is. I always get drained from it. It's like, instantly social energy is gone. But of course, that is a thing that I always try to get better at, and that is why I actually always go to conventions or anything like that. Like going to the zoo, for instance, or going to a museum also helps with that. Just getting towards where people are and then just work with that idea of, well, there are some people here. Allow me to just do something here with those people and then see where that leads. Of course, it's not the best option, it's not the greatest option, but yes, it increases my social energy that I need for most things. And I like it. Oh, I like it that I actually do, or well, am able to do what I want to do. All right. I see a mistake here in the drawing itself. Oh well, I will fix that later. I need to add some more rocky texture here. So, yeah, I have been editing already Skyrim for the streams. It's almost completed, and I'm very happy upon that. I'm still thinking of fiddling with some of the settings to get it fully completed. I might as well just, do some uploading of videos and then see how that goes. Could also be a thing that I can do with a video part rather than just going for the old-fashioned way. I can actually also go for a video version of it. All right, we're almost there. Then we're gonna save it, and then we're gonna be reusing it. And then we're gonna be reusing the PNG version of it, and then we're gonna be adding and fixing the line work. Because if I add it like this, that would actually fix that hand, that would fix the armor plate, because then I can move the armor plate sideways to patch it up there, and then, the full part is actually properly done. While keeping, of course, the detail work in it. Then we also have actually, well, then we also have, the drawing itself drawn in, and we create an effect that we can use for later, which is pretty nice. I like that I'm then able to use the what I swear this confuses me. I draw here, yes. I want to draw darker color, yes. Okay. Now I want to draw here. Oh, now you're letting me. What the hell, man? I swear. Sometimes this thing doesn't like me to do what I wanted to do. It's like, yeah, I want to draw a light color. And then it's like, no! I'm like, why? I just wanted to do this. I just wanted to do this. And then it's like, no, So yeah, what am I planning to do then? What are the plans for this week? Well, the plans for this week is to see if I can make some good juice that I can actually drink while it's so hot. I'm thinking about making some orange. Is that the word for it? Is that the word for it? No, it's lemonade. That's the word. Lemonade. I wanted to make some lemonade. The only downside is I realized that most of the places I wanted to go buy lemonade were uh, not great. The lemonade was not the greatest lemonade you could get because the lemonade didn't contain sugar. Right. I think I need to have an explanation here for it. All right. Lemonade that doesn't contain sugar don't contain doesn't contain sugar. So it contains artificial sweetener instead of sugar, which is technically worse than sugar. So I actually prefer to have just sugar than artificial sweeteners in my drink. So yeah, I have to go back to the shop to get myself some lemonade that actually can be used for drinking and that is not artificially sweetened. So I probably want to get lemonade that is just sugar with some taste, but not with the wrong taste that makes you absorb more, which makes your body absorb more and makes your liver have a big giant trouble sometimes. That's the main problem with artificial sweeteners. It hurts your liver, which I don't like because it is technically like mats, it's kind of poison, which is not very great. This is why I always don't prefer it. If I want to go for something like lemonade, I prefer to have just the sugared version. Yes, it is sweet. Yes, it is not very healthy as well, but it's less problematic than an artificial sweetener that makes you well, it does do the job, but it causes multiple side effects which are not great or ideal at all. All right, now we have that. Oh yeah, now we need to grab this, and then we're gonna. All right, let me just grab this and put that there. All right. We're almost there. Almost. Then I can call it a day. Even though I'm not very smart with walking in fucking heavy sunlight at the midday, that was not smart. That was not the smartest move I could ever come across with. I did it once also in France, which was also not very smart. I tried to, how do you say that? Prove to somebody that I was like, you cannot walk this mountain upwards. And I was like, oh yeah, watch me. And so I did. I actually walked up the mountain and then I had instant regrets almost because of how bad of an idea it was actually. The main issue with it, of course, was that because of, well, being a mountain, it is very tall and very long. And, well, walking up the mountain was with 30 degrees outside. So I walked up a mountain with 30 degrees outside in the full sun with no protection, no sunglasses, nothing. You can imagine the headaches I had the day afterwards. It was not great. I spent most of the day afterwards inside of a bed. Well, not most of it, but definitely the first hours or until 12 o'clock, I think. And I was like, right, that is not good. That is not a very smart move. And now I know that it is not a smart move, and I won't do it again. Well, I will do climbing the mountain again, but I won't do climbing the mountain without protective gear. So either, have sunscreen on or have sunglasses at least is at least a minimum that you should go for. If you don't do that, you will probably end up very, 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 very tired the day afterwards. Or worse, you would be ending up very, very heavy, having a headache. And that's the fun part of it all. It can just happen to anybody. Sunstrikes are not fun. Luckily, it only happened to me once on vacation. The other times, I actually prevented it pretty easily because I knew the signs. So that always helps. All right, now we have that done. Now we can actually add in a darker color here, darker color here, lighter color there, lighter color there. And now we can actually add in the red again on this bit of the system and that bit of the system. And then of course a darker color for the bottom side. So with that, I actually have this, which is not great and not ideal, but yes, it is something. Now we're gonna be making sure that we also have a shading underneath it, and then afterwards we're good to go to grab ourselves some bits of work here. There we go. Now we have actually something to work with, and now we can actually add it in the thing that I want to do, which is this one. Therefore, we will switch open the hand and make the hand much more better for later work. Now I'm gonna make it like this. All right, let's save it. There we go, we saved it. And then, of course, I actually also wanted to save it like this. So we actually have that. Then we're going to be saving it without the modifications. So we actually have a way of doing it. It doesn't look great, I know, but it's something. Save as. Yes, and then we're going to add it as a PNG version as well. It's not going to be great, but, at least we have now an idea of how it looks, and then we can actually be using that to edit and fix it up for later uses. All right, that was actually quite quick. It was actually 30 minutes. That is pretty decent. So yeah, yeah, Ah, great, lovely. My hat. Yeah, it's definitely time for me to get more start drinking more water. Oh, bloody hell. I made a big mistake. Walking in the sun, not a good idea, especially when it is hot. Not a great idea. Would not recommend it. So, yeah, I will call it here for now, and then I'll see you guys tomorrow or the day afterwards. All right, until then, I want to wish you a lovely day, and bye!